Where's my wife? She told me she was coming after work.
She said she couldn't handle tonight. I told her nobody would judge her. Your mother said you and your wife were separated. That's strange. She told me the dinner was tomorrow.
10 weeks earlier, Loretta had been standing in Simone's kitchen, blaming her for a loss the doctor said she did not cause. If you have ever watched someone call control love, stay with this story. Simone and Darius had been married for 9 years. They lived in a 2-story brick house outside Charlotte, North Carolina. It was not a mansion. It was simply the first place that had ever felt fully theirs. On most Mondays and Fridays, Simone worked from the small spare room upstairs. The other 3 days, she drove to the office of Bright Path Home Care. She handled payroll and employee benefits for more than 400 home care workers across the region. When an aide's paycheck was short, Simone found the missing hours. When a new employee could not understand an insurance form, Simone explained it in plain words. When a supervisor entered the wrong leave date, Simone corrected it before someone lost pay. She liked facts because facts stayed where you put them. People did not always do that. Darius worked for the city transit department. He had started as a bus mechanic. Now he supervised the evening operations team. 6 years earlier, when he wanted to complete a certification program, he almost gave it up. They had a mortgage. His classes were at night. Taking fewer shifts meant earning less money. One evening, he had placed the school papers on their kitchen table and pushed them toward Simone. "I can't do this right now," he said. "Maybe next year." Simone looked at the papers, then at the numbers she had written on a yellow pad. "The mortgage is covered." "Barely. Covered is covered. And if the car breaks down, then we'll complain about it and fix it. Sign the form." "Simone, you have talked about this program for 2 years. If you wait until life becomes easy, you will be 80 years old in that classroom. Sign it." He laughed, then signed. For 11 months, Simone's paycheck carried most of the house. Her job also kept their health insurance active. Darius studied at the kitchen table after midnight while she checked payroll files beside him. When he passed, she framed his certificate before he even came home. She never mentioned those months during an argument. She never called the house hers because she had paid more for a while. That was not how their marriage worked. Even Loretta had once depended on Simone's patience. After Loretta's knee surgery, 3 medical bills came with 3 different totals. Loretta called Darius in a panic. Simone spent 2 lunch breaks on the phone with the insurance company. She found that one claim had been entered twice and another had the wrong code. Loretta saved more than $3,000. "I don't know how you understand all this," Loretta had said. "I ask the same question until they stop giving me different answers," Simone replied. Loretta laughed then. Later, that same habit would expose her. For most of the marriage, the only subject that caused trouble was children. At first, relatives asked politely. Then the questions became advice. Then the advice became judgment. Simone and Darius went through tests, appointments, and years of being told to relax by people who did not have to live inside their disappointment. Darius never blamed Simone. When Loretta brought up children at dinner, he ended the conversation. "If we have news, we'll share it," he would say. 4 months before Loretta's birthday dinner, Simone stood in their bathroom with a test in her hand. She stared at the 2 lines so long that Darius knocked on the door. "You okay in there?" Simone opened it without speaking. He looked at her face, then at the test. "Is that?" She nodded. Darius sat down on the closed toilet lid. "Are you sure?" "I took 3. 3. The first one looked too light. The second one made me nervous. The third one was for peace." He laughed once, then covered his face with both hands. Simone began to cry. Darius stood and held her. For the next few weeks, they were careful with their happiness. They did not paint the spare room. They did not make a list of names. They bought only one thing, a small blue knitted cap from a shop near the doctor's office. Simone placed it in the top drawer of her dresser. "Blue doesn't mean boy," she told Darius. "I didn't say it did. Your face said it. My face said it was the only one that didn't have a duck on it." They told Loretta after the 12-week appointment. Loretta screamed so loudly that Darius pulled the phone away from his ear. She arrived at their house the next morning with fruit, 2 bottles of vitamins, and a list of things Simone should stop doing. "No more carrying laundry upstairs," Loretta said. "I carry 1 basket. No long drives. My office is 25 minutes away. And no sitting at that computer until midnight. Simone looked at Darius. Does your mother think payroll closes itself? Loretta did not smile. Some things matter more than work. I know. That's why I follow my doctor's advice. Doctors don't see what mothers see. Darius stepped between them and took the list from Loretta's hand. We have this, Mom. I'm only trying to help. Then ask what help they need, he said. Don't arrive with orders. Loretta left the vitamins and took the list home. 2 weeks later, Simone was finishing dinner when a sudden pain made her grip the counter. At the hospital, Darius sat beside her bed and held her hand. The doctor spoke gently, but there was no softer way to say it. The pregnancy had ended. Simone looked at the ceiling. Darius kept holding her hand even after his fingers went numb. The doctor explained that early pregnancy loss was common. Nothing in Simone's work history, commute, or daily routine had caused it. Sometimes there is no answer that will make this easier, she said. On the drive home, Simone held the hospital folder on her lap. Darius drove past their street by mistake. Neither of them noticed for almost 5 minutes. At home, Darius closed the curtains and turned off both phones. He texted his supervisor. Simone emailed her manager. Then they sat on the edge of the bed without knowing what to do next. Simone opened the dresser drawer and saw the blue cap. She closed it again. Loretta came the next afternoon. Darius met her at the door. She doesn't want visitors. I'm not a visitor. I'm family. Today you're a visitor. Loretta's mouth tightened. I need to see her. No. Simone heard them from upstairs. She came down slowly, wearing gray sweatpants and one of Darius's old transit shirts. Let her in, she said. She'll keep calling if you don't. Loretta entered and hugged Simone. For a few seconds, she said nothing. Then she noticed the laptop on the kitchen table. You were still working at night, weren't you? Darius turned toward her. Mom. Loretta kept looking at Simone. You were answering payroll calls after dinner when your body needed rest. I told you to slow down. Simone stared at her. The doctor said work did not cause this. Doctors say many things because they don't want mothers blaming themselves. I'm not blaming myself. Maybe not yet. Darius opened the front door. Leave. Loretta blinked. Darius, I am grieving too. Simone stood straighter. I lost a pregnancy. You did not gain the right to invent a cause. I didn't invent. You heard her, Darius said. This is not a family debate. You will not discuss her medical information with anyone. You will not blame her job, her body, or anything else. And if a relative asks, you tell them it is private. Loretta picked up her purse. One day, both of you will understand that I was only trying to protect this family. From what? Darius asked. My wife. Loretta left without answering. For a while, she stayed quiet. She stopped calling Simone. She did not mention the pregnancy in the family group chat. Darius thought the boundary had worked. Simone was not so sure. 3 weeks after the loss, Darius received a message from Loretta while he was at work. I am worried about Simone. She needs professional help. She is shutting everyone out, and you are carrying this marriage alone. He showed Simone that evening. Did she call you today? He asked. No. She hasn't called me in 2 weeks. Then how does she know you're shutting everyone out? Simone handed him her phone. Loretta had sent her a message that morning. Darius is grieving too. He is afraid to tell you how much becoming a father meant to him. Please don't make him hide his pain to protect you. Darius read it twice. I never said that to her. I know. She wants you to think I'm holding something against you. And she wants you to think I'm falling apart. He placed both phones side by side on the kitchen counter. She forgot we live in the same house. No, Simone said. She hoped grief would make us stop talking. Darius called Loretta on speaker. Why did you send us 2 different messages? There was a pause. I don't know what you mean. You told me Simone was shutting everyone out. You told Simone I was afraid to admit how badly I wanted a child. Both things can be true. Neither one came from us. Darius, I can hear pain even when you don't say it. Then stop listening for things I didn't say. I'm trying to make sure neither of you suffers alone. We aren't alone. We're married. Stop carrying messages between us. If I need to tell Simone something, I will tell her. Loretta sighed. Fine. I understand. But she did not understand. She only understood that separating them by text would not work. So she changed her approach. At a Sunday lunch with relatives, she praised Camille for arriving with all 3 children, homemade cookies, and matching sweaters. Camille never lets pain stop her from caring for her family, Loretta said. Camille lowered her eyes. Simone had not attended. She had already told Camille she needed a quiet weekend. Later, Camille called her. I need to tell you something. What happened? Loretta compared us again. I told her to stop. Did she? She changed the subject. That means no. Camille gave a tired laugh. She also mentioned Vanessa Brooks. Simone paused. Darius's college girlfriend? Yes. She said Vanessa rebuilt her life after divorce and is raising a wonderful son. Then she said Vanessa always understood Darius. Why was she talking about Vanessa? She made it sound random. It didn't feel random. That night, Simone told Darius. He frowned. I haven't spoken to Vanessa in years. I know. Do you want me to call Mom? Not over one comment. I want to see what she does next. You're calmer than I am. That's because I'm not surprised. Vanessa Brooks had built a peaceful life after her divorce. She managed a dental office in South Charlotte and was raising her 8-year-old son, Jordan. She had not thought about Darius in years beyond the occasional college photo that appeared online. When Loretta sent her a message, she was surprised. I hope you are doing well. I am having a small dinner for my 65th birthday. Darius could use an old friend right now. Vanessa replied, Is everything okay? Loretta waited several minutes before answering. He and Simone quietly separated after the pregnancy loss. He hasn't announced it. He is embarrassed and taking it very hard. Vanessa stared at the message. I'm sorry. Does Darius know you are inviting me? Loretta wrote back, He knows you have always been welcome in this family. I think seeing a familiar face would help. Vanessa should have called Darius. She knew that later. But the message sounded certain. Loretta included the hotel details and said Darius did not want to arrive alone. Vanessa agreed to attend. Loretta then began planning the dinner. She booked a private room at a hotel near Lake Norman, north of Charlotte. The room had glass walls facing the water, cream tablecloths, and space for 20 guests. Loretta chose the menu. She approved the flowers. She made the guest list. Most importantly, she controlled the messages and the seats. Darius planned to come directly from the transit office. Simone had payroll closing that Saturday and expected to arrive about 30 minutes later. 4 days before the dinner, Loretta sent Simone a private message. The hotel had a conflict. Dinner moved from Saturday at 7 to Sunday at 7. Same room. I will update everyone. Everything is ready for Saturday. Simone knows the time and said she will meet you there. To the family group, Loretta wrote that Simone might not attend. Being around Camille's children is still difficult for her. Please don't pressure her. Camille read that message twice. She called Simone, but Simone was in a payroll meeting and missed it. When Simone returned the call, Camille almost asked about the date. Then one of her children spilled juice across the kitchen table, and the conversation changed. I'll call you later, Camille said. She did not. On Saturday afternoon, Loretta arrived at the hotel early. The event coordinator, a young woman named Kayla, showed her the table. Loretta walked around it, checking each place card. She stopped at Simone's. This guest canceled, she said. Please remove this one. Kayla picked it up. Loretta handed her another card. Darius's guest, Vanessa. Put this beside my son. Of course. Camille arrived 40 minutes early with her husband. She entered the room while Loretta was speaking to the server about her toast. Camille saw Vanessa's card. She looked at Darius's name beside it. Then she checked the rest of the table. Where is Simone sitting? Loretta kept arranging the flowers. She isn't coming. She told me she was. She changed her mind. When? Loretta finally looked up. Camille, please don't begin. She is having a difficult time. Why is Vanessa here? She is an old family friend. Beside Darius? It is a chair. Camille took out her phone and checked her last messages with Simone. Simone had written, Sunday will be easier. I won't have payroll closing. Camille's stomach tightened. Loretta, does Simone think this dinner is tomorrow? Loretta moved closer. Do not ruin my birthday over a woman who could not give this family one happy day. Camille stared at her. Did you tell her the wrong date? I said don't ruin my birthday. Guests began entering the room. Camille should have called Simone then. Instead, she slipped her phone into her purse. She told herself she needed proof. She told herself Darius would handle it when he arrived. One quiet dinner might be better than a family fight. What she was really protecting was her own comfort. Vanessa arrived at 6:50 in a red dress. Loretta hugged her warmly. I'm so glad you came. I still feel a little strange about this. Don't. Darius needs people who knew him before all this pain. You said he knows I'm coming? Vanessa, please. I would never put you in an awkward position. Loretta led her to the chair beside Darius's. On a small table near the cake sat Loretta's printed toast. Camille saw the top page. It contained the words second chances, family line, and when one door closes. She felt sick. At 7:12, Darius entered wearing a navy suit and the tired look of a man who had left work later than planned. He greeted two uncles, hugged his younger brother, and walked toward his place. Then he saw Vanessa. That was where the story had begun. Darius. Hi, Vanessa said. Darius looked around the table. Where's Simone? Loretta gave him a sad smile. She said she couldn't handle tonight. I told her nobody would judge her. She told me she was coming after work. She changed her mind. Please sit down. Everyone is waiting. Vanessa stood. Maybe I should go. Why? Darius asked. What did my mother tell you? Vanessa looked from him to Loretta. She said you and Simone were separated. Darius slowly turned toward his mother. What did you tell her? Loretta lifted one hand. This is my birthday. Can we please sit down before turning everything into an interrogation? Answer the question. Darius, lower your voice. I haven't raised it. What did you tell Vanessa? Vanessa opened her purse and reached for her phone. Loretta stepped closer. That private conversation has nothing to do with this dinner. It has my marriage in it, Darius said. So yes, it does. Across the table, Camille finally moved. She took a picture of Vanessa's place card and sent it to Simone. Are you coming? Your seat is gone. Simone was at home in an old t-shirt, heating soup. Her laptop was open on the kitchen counter. Payroll had closed at 6:30, and she had planned to spend the evening alone before the dinner the next day. Her phone buzzed. She looked at the photo. For several seconds, she did not move. Then she called Camille. Where are you? At the hotel. The dinner is tomorrow. No, it's tonight. Simone, I'm sorry. I should have called earlier. Is Darius there? He just arrived. Vanessa is sitting beside him. Does Darius know why? No. He looks as shocked as I am. Simone ended the call. She called the hotel. Lakeview Private Dining, how may I help you? I am calling about Loretta Harris's birthday dinner. Is it happening tonight or tomorrow? Tonight, ma'am. The dinner began at 7. Thank you. Simone did not call Loretta. She did not call Darius. She went upstairs, put on the dark green dress she had planned to wear, and placed the blue cap from her drawer into a cedar memory box in the closet. Then she locked the box, took her phone, and drove to the hotel. Back in the dining room, Vanessa had opened Loretta's messages. You said they separated after the miscarriage, she said. You said Darius didn't want people to know yet. I said they were having problems. No, you used the word separated. Darius held out his hand. May I see it? Vanessa gave him the phone. He read every message. You told her I asked for her company. Loretta's face changed. You have been miserable for weeks. I have been grieving. That is not the same thing. And Simone has made everything about her pain. You don't know what happens in my house. I am your mother. That still doesn't put you in my marriage. One of Loretta's sisters stood near the wall, holding a glass she had forgotten to drink from. Loretta told us they were taking time apart, she said quietly. Darius looked around the room. Who else heard that? 3 people looked away. Loretta reached for his arm. Please, we can discuss this after dinner. He stepped back. Where is Simone? I told you. She canceled. Show me. What? Show me the message where my wife canceled. Loretta picked up her phone. I don't have to prove every private conversation to you. Then it didn't happen. Camille spoke from the other side of the table. It didn't. Everyone turned toward her. Loretta's eyes narrowed. Camille, stay out of this. I stayed out too long. You don't know anything. I know Simone thought the dinner was Sunday. I saw her message. I asked you about it before anyone arrived. Darius looked at Camille. You knew? Not all of it. I saw Vanessa's card. I asked Loretta where Simone was sitting. She said Simone wasn't coming. Then I saw Simone's message about Sunday. Why didn't you call me? Camille swallowed. Because I was afraid of causing a scene. There was already a scene, Vanessa said. We were just the last people to know it. At that moment, the dining room door opened. Simone walked in. That's strange, she said. She told me the dinner was tomorrow. She stopped near the end of the table and held up her phone. Loretta looked at the screen. That was a mistake. You wrote the hotel had a conflict, Simone replied. You gave me a new day and time. I confirmed it. Darius walked to her. I didn't know. I know. He showed her Loretta's message. Simone knows the time and said she will meet you there. Simone read it. So I was told Sunday. You were told I knew Saturday. And I was told you were separated, Vanessa added. She held out her phone. Simone read those messages too. She did not look at Vanessa's dress. She did not ask why Vanessa had come. She looked only at Loretta. How many people did you tell? Loretta folded her arms. I told a few relatives that you and Darius were having trouble. Anyone could see that. You told them we had separated. I was trying to protect Darius from questions. Questions created by a story you made up. Vanessa is only an old friend. Then why is her card beside my husband's? It is a chair, Simone. Simone looked at the card. No, it is a plan. Loretta gave a short laugh. You have become far too sensitive. After what happened, everyone has had to measure every word around you. Darius moved closer to Simone. Don't put this on her. I sent the wrong date by mistake. Vanessa came as a friend. Seating means nothing. Then why did you remove Simone's name? Camille asked. Loretta turned sharply. Because she wasn't coming. You knew she planned to come. I thought she might change her mind. You told the coordinator she canceled, Camille said. I heard you. Loretta looked around the room. No one was smiling now. Darius has been unhappy, she said. I was trying to help my son. Darius stared at her. When did I tell you I was unhappy with my wife? You don't have to say everything. Give me one date. One message. One conversation. Loretta said nothing. You don't have one, he said. Loretta's calm face finally broke. Because you refuse to admit the truth. You want to be a father. You have always wanted children. Simone may never give you that life, and you are too loyal to say it. I will not stand by while my only son gives up his future because he is afraid to hurt his wife. The words landed harder than shouting would have. Simone's hand tightened around her phone. Darius stepped forward. You don't get to call my marriage a lost future. I am thinking about you. No, you're thinking about the grandchild you believe I owe you. I carried you. I raised you. I know what you need. You know what you want. Loretta turned to Simone. If you loved him, you would at least ask whether he is happy. Simone met her eyes. I do ask him. I just ask him directly. Loretta opened her mouth, but Simone continued. You didn't give away a chair. You announced the end of a marriage that never ended. Then Simone looked at Vanessa. Did you know Darius and I were still together? Vanessa shook her head. No. She told me you had separated. She said he knew I was invited. I should have called him myself. I'm sorry. Simone nodded once. Thank you for answering. Vanessa picked up the place card with her name on it. She walked to Loretta and placed it in her hand. I am not your replacement wife, she said. And my son is not a sample grandchild for you to display. Loretta's face went pale. Vanessa, that is not what I meant. You told me a married man was separated, so I would sit beside him in front of his family. Whatever you meant, this is what you did. Vanessa picked up her purse. She looked at Darius and Simone. I am sorry to both of you. Then she left. Loretta tried to set the place card on the table, but her hand was shaking. Camille walked to the small table near the cake and picked up Loretta's printed toast. Tell them about this too, she said. Loretta reached for it. Camille moved it away. You wrote about second chances. You wrote about the family line. You wrote that people must accept when one door closes. One of the guests covered her mouth. Darius took the paper and read it. He looked at his mother for a long moment. You planned to say this with Simone gone and Vanessa beside me. It was a general birthday message. My name is in the next paragraph. Loretta looked away. Camille faced Simone. I knew the date was wrong before dinner. I should have called you right then. I didn't. I'm sorry. Simone did not rush to comfort her. Why didn't you? Because I was afraid Loretta would turn on me next. Because I wanted one family event without a fight. Because staying quiet has always been easier. Was it easier tonight? Camille looked at the empty chair. No, it made me part of it. Darius placed the printed toast on the table. He looked at every person in the room. Listen carefully. Simone and I are not separated. We have never been separated. She did not cancel tonight. She was sent the wrong date. Simone did not cause our pregnancy loss, and her medical life is not family news. I have never asked my mother to find me another woman. If any of you heard a different story, it came from her. It did not come from me. Loretta's sister sat down slowly. Loretta, why would you tell us that? Loretta looked at the cake, the flowers, and the guests who had come to celebrate her. I wanted my son to have a full life. Darius took Simone's hand. My life is not empty. Darius, don't leave. We can fix this. Not tonight. Everyone came for me. Then they can stay for you. My wife came for me, and you removed her place. He turned to Camille. Send me a photo of that toast. I will. Darius and Simone walked out together. They did not speak until they reached the parking lot. Near the car, Darius stopped. I should have seen what she was doing sooner. We saw the messages. We confronted her. She changed methods. She used our loss like an opening. Yes. Are you okay? Simone looked back at the hotel windows. No, but I know what happened. That's better than wondering. Darius opened the passenger door, but Simone did not get in yet. I need one thing from you, she said. Anything. Don't ask me to forgive her because she is your mother. Don't ask me to make this smaller so the family can feel normal again. I won't. And don't speak for me when we decide what happens next. We decide together. Together. The next morning, Loretta called Darius 7 times. He did not answer. She sent Simone a long message. I am sorry the evening became confusing. My intentions were good, but emotions were high. I hope we can all move forward. Simone showed it to Darius. She apologized to the evening, Simone said. Not to us. Darius replied with 4 lines. There was no confusion. You lied to us, Vanessa, and the family. Do not contact Simone again. I will send you the conditions for any future contact. That afternoon, Darius and Simone sat at the kitchen table with both phones and a blank document on Simone's laptop. They did not write while angry. They wrote what could be checked. Loretta had to send a correction to every person she had told. It had to say that Simone and Darius never separated. Simone did not cancel the dinner. Loretta sent her the wrong date. Vanessa attended because Loretta gave her false information. Loretta had no right to discuss Simone's pregnancy loss or future fertility. The correction could not include excuses. It could not say anyone misunderstood. It could not blame grief. Darius sent the conditions to Loretta. Her first response came 2 minutes later. You want to humiliate your own mother. Darius typed, then deleted his reply. Simone watched him. Send 1 sentence. He wrote, the same people who heard the lie need to receive the truth. Loretta did not answer for 6 hours. That evening, the family group chat became active. Loretta had sent the correction. It was short. It was uncomfortable. It named what she had done. 2 relatives called Simone. She did not answer. One sent a message saying she had believed Loretta because the story sounded so detailed. Simone replied, that is why details should be checked with the person they are about. Loretta's correction was only the first consequence. For 6 months, she had no access to Darius and Simone's home. She received no medical or fertility information. She could not organize events for them, speak for them, or send messages through Camille. Darius told her that contact would happen only when both he and Simone agreed. Loretta called the boundaries punishment. Darius called them protection. Camille also changed. When Loretta asked her to tell Darius that she was not eating, Camille said no. Call your doctor if you're sick, Camille told her. Call Darius yourself if you want to speak to him. I won't carry messages anymore. Loretta hung up. The next week, Camille visited Simone. She brought coffee but no children, no gifts, and no excuse. I kept thinking staying neutral made me safe, she said. It only made the loudest person stronger. Simone stirred her coffee. I don't need you to fight every battle for me. I need you not to hide information when someone is setting me up. I understand. I hope you do. Trust will take time. I know. For once, Camille did not ask for quick forgiveness. If this story has kept you watching, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to her drama tales. Stories like Simone's remind us that a calm person can still draw a hard line. Simone and Darius began grief counseling 2 weeks later. The first session was awkward. Darius kept answering questions too quickly. Simone kept saying she was fine when she meant she could get through the day. By the 3rd session, they spoke more honestly. Darius admitted he sometimes sat in his car after work because entering the spare room reminded him of the plans they had refused to make. Simone admitted she had stopped opening the top drawer because she could not look at the blue cap. They did not blame each other. They made one practical rule. If any relative claimed one spouse had said something about the other, they would check it directly before reacting. No messengers. No guesses. No secret warnings dressed as concern. At work, Simone returned to the things she could make clear. One Tuesday afternoon, a home care aide named Erica called her. Erica's voice was low. I need to ask about bereavement leave. I don't know if I qualify. What happened? Simone asked. There was a pause. I lost my pregnancy. My supervisor said the policy might only cover a child who was already born. Simone closed her office door. I'm sorry, Erica. Give me 10 minutes to check the exact wording. You do not need to explain anything else right now. Simone pulled up the policy. It had been updated the year before. Pregnancy loss was covered. She called Erica back. You qualify for 5 paid days. I can process it today. Erica began to cry. My manager wants a full medical report. She does not need that. A short note confirming the leave dates is enough. Your private medical details stay private. Simone called the manager next. Please remove the request for the full report, she said. The policy does not require it. I was only trying to verify. The dates can be verified without asking an employee to hand over her whole medical story. The manager corrected the request. Erica's leave was approved before 5 o'clock. Simone sat alone in her office for a moment after sending the confirmation. She could not undo what Loretta had taken from her private life. But she could stop another woman from being forced to explain her pain to people who had no right to it. At home, the blue cap remained inside the cedar box in the bedroom closet. Loretta never touched it. She never got to name it, display it, or use it in an apology. The memory belonged to Simone and Darius. 4 months after the birthday dinner, Loretta sent Darius a short message. I am asking for one meeting in a public place. I will accept no if you are not ready. Darius showed Simone. What do you think? A cafe. 1 hour. Both of us. They met Loretta at a quiet cafe on a Saturday morning. Loretta arrived early. She wore a plain blue blouse and no birthday smile. For several minutes, no one spoke. Then Loretta placed both hands around her coffee cup. I lied to Vanessa. I lied to the family. I sent Simone the wrong date on purpose. I removed her place card because I wanted Darius to picture another life. Simone watched her carefully. Loretta continued. I used the pregnancy loss to decide Simone had failed you. That was cruel. I thought wanting a grandchild gave me the right to interfere. It did not. Darius did not rescue her from the silence. Loretta looked at Simone. I am sorry. Simone waited before answering. I believe you understand the words now. I don't know yet if your behavior has changed. Loretta nodded. I understand. Contact will stay limited, Darius said. And if you discuss our marriage or medical life again, it ends. I understand. The meeting did not end with a hug. Loretta did not receive a house key. She did not join them for lunch. She went home alone. But for the first time, she had named the harm without calling it help. That was enough for one morning. Simone and Darius made no announcement about trying again. They did not choose treatment. They did not choose adoption. They did not owe anyone a decision. Instead, they looked at the spare room and asked what they needed now. Simone needed a real home office. They painted the room warm white. Darius built shelves along one wall. Simone bought a desk wide enough for 2 screens and placed a small green lamp beside them. One evening, Darius stood in the doorway with a screwdriver in his hand. You know, this room looks better than my office. That's because I have taste. I built the shelves. And I chose the color that saved them. He smiled. 6 months after Loretta's birthday, Simone and Darius held a small anniversary dinner at a restaurant they both liked. Only 8 people attended. Camille was there. Vanessa was not. Simone had sent her one kind message after the dinner, but neither woman needed to build a friendship from Loretta's lie. Darius arrived early and checked the table. There were no printed speeches. No secret guests. No place changes. He took 2 simple white cards from his jacket. One said Darius. The other said Simone. He placed them beside each other. When Simone arrived, she saw the cards and looked at him. We know where we sit, she said. I know. Then why the cards? Darius pulled out her chair. Because nobody else gets to write the seating plan. Simone sat beside her husband. Her life was not empty because one dream had ended. Her marriage was not waiting for a child to become real. And her place had never belonged to the person holding the guest list. It belonged to the 2 people who kept choosing each other, then protected that choice with the truth.